All right. I'm sure more folks will be coming in as this continues. Thank you for your patience as we start. And I wanted to kick this off. I want to welcome all of you to the media conference from North Carolina Department of Public Instruction. My name is Mark Dessauer. I'm the Chief Communications Officer here. And I'm honored to welcome everybody into the Zoom. We've moved this obviously from Monday. We have this here. Thank you for your flexibility. And we are here to talk about Find Your Fit, Build Your Future. This is a 6-week initiative to showcase and lift up the choices within North Carolina public schools. You'll be hearing from a lot of different folks today, but I want to start off turning this to Superintendent Green. Before I turn it over there, Holly West-Polly will be managing questions from the media and will be alerting you when it is question time. You can either put them in the chat or you can raise your hand, and Holly will direct that from there in questions. Thank you all for this. Turn it over to Superintendent Green.
Great. Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Maurice Green. I do go by Mo, and I'm honored to be the North Carolina Superintendent of Public Instruction. I'm excited to share information related to the launch of Find Your Fit, Build Your Future, a 6-week initiative to share the remarkable range of choices available to families within North Carolina's public school system. Here's why we're here today. When some families think about school choice, they often don't realize just how good our schools are and how many choices are available that already exist in our public education system. Our schools are producing outcomes at historic levels for North Carolina. For the 24-25 school year, for example, our 4-year cohort graduation rate was at its highest that it's ever been, at 87.7% of our students essentially graduating on time. The participation and performance on advanced placement exams, as another example, for which students can receive oftentimes college credit for the 24-25 school year. Those marks were also at their highest levels ever. We have magnet schools, early college, high schools, charter schools, career and technical education pathways, gifted programs, virtual learning, and on and on. And we even have so much more at local schools in folks' communities as well. So over the next 6 weeks, we're going to tell you about all of that through various visits, numbers, and we'll utilize voices of educators, parents, and students who live it every day. As we share these stories, I do want to spend just a moment to be sure that we thank the vast majority of families who are already choosing our public schools, and our educators who are making our schools such enriching experiences for all of our students. So today, you'll hear from leaders across the Department of Public Instruction who are helping support the great work of our schools and the choices that they're able to offer. You'll also hear from a parent and a couple of students who have experienced these choices firsthand. So let me introduce our first speaker then for this afternoon. It's Ashley Logue, who serves as the director of our Office of Charter Schools. North Carolina is home to more than 200 charter schools serving over 140,000 students. Each one a public school, tuition-free and open to any family. Ashley, please join us now to tell us about the choices that charter schools offer.
All right, well, good afternoon. As Superintendent Green stated, my name is Ashley Logue, and I'm the Executive Director of the North Carolina Office of Charter Schools. We do have over 200 charter schools, and this year we are actually serving more than 158,000 students. That's over 10% of our public school population. And yet there are often misconceptions about what exactly a charter school is. Charter schools are tuition-free public schools operated by independent nonprofit boards. They have the flexibility to create specialized programs that meet the unique needs of individual students. And that's what I'd like to talk to you about today. Every charter school is unique due to the flexibility charters have to design their own program. What makes North Carolina charter schools an important part of the public school system is the incredible diversity of educational models available. So across the state, we have STEM academies for students passionate about science and technology. We have Waldorf, Montessori, project-based learning for hands-on learners, classical education, visual and performing arts schools, military-focused programs, career and technical education, and we have charters, high schools with dual enrollment programs in partnership with local community colleges. This diversity extends geographically too, so urban, suburban, and rural options across the state. And one really great thing about charter schools is that they often highlight their region's unique strengths. So maybe outdoor education in the mountains, environmental studies, we have aeronautical programs, or agricultural career-focused programs. The point is this: charter schools can offer younger students the opportunity to explore different interests while providing older students pathways that clearly align to where they want to go. Maybe that's college, maybe it's into the military, or perhaps it's directly into trade and career. North Carolina families have real choices to find schools that fit their individual needs and interests. Not every child thrives in the same exact environment, and charter schools give families the ability to find the right match for their student. Whether that's a different teaching approach, a focus on their passion, or a program that prepares them for their specific future goals. What's important to know right now is that if you're thinking about school options in the upcoming school year, it's time to research and apply to North Carolina charter schools now. Any North Carolina student can apply to any charter school in the state. Enrollment is free and open through fair lottery systems, and charter schools run their own lottery programs. So visit individual school websites for specific information and deadlines. If you want to find charter schools, you can find charter schools near you by visiting the DPI website. The Office of Charter Schools has a map on our website, or you can simply search online maps, charter schools near me, and you can find those close to your residential address. The last thing I want to leave you with is the understanding that every child and every family has unique needs. Charter schools are tuition-free public schools that offer flexibility and a variety of educational approaches. For many students, these environments are exactly what they need to thrive in school. Thank you.
Ashley, thanks so much for that wonderful description of our charter schools. And again, these charter schools would fit within the larger ecosystem of public schools across the state of North Carolina, of which we have over 2,700. You'll hear some more about some more of the programmatic opportunities in all of our schools, not just with our charter schools. In fact, I'd now like to go to Sneha Shah Coltrane, who's our Senior Director for Advanced Learning and Gifted Education. She oversees programs that help students accelerate their learning through various initiatives and programs, including our early college high schools, where students can earn a high school diploma and an associate's degree or 2 years of college credit, tuition free. So I'll turn it over to you, Ms. Shah Coltrane.
Thank you so much, Superintendent Green, and thank you to everybody for coming today to learn a little bit more about our incredible North Carolina public schools. So I'm excited to share with you how our North Carolina public schools are committed to supporting the advanced learning needs of our students from grades kindergarten through 12th grade and even grade 13 for our early college students. We provide a continuum of advanced learning opportunities from the moment students walk in the doors until the moment they cross through the graduation stage. We work to really ensure we are responding to the needs of students that go above and beyond the traditional standard course of study. We work with students who we can easily see who may need something more advanced, but also to ensure we've tapped other students' potential that may take more time to see over the continuum of grades kindergarten through 12th grade. In elementary school, we start off with early kindergarten admittance, but also AIG programming, academically or intellectually gifted programming in our schools. And that's where we extend, enrich, and accelerate our students from the typical standards that they're being taught in our schools. We do this all the way starting from kindergarten all the way through grade 12. And in fact, last year, In grade 4, in our 4th grade classrooms, we had over 16% of our students identified as needing something different and beyond the classroom, and we even served more of our students. Our goal is that your students are appropriately challenged and not bored in the classroom setting. And then we go to middle school, where we offer lots of other advanced courses and the opportunity to select certain high school courses in middle school for credit. In fact, last year, 31% of our middle school population took high school math in middle school. And in fact, in North Carolina, we are leading the country on an incredible initiative for automatic placement into high school math. You don't necessarily have to be identified as AIG to be placed in our advanced math courses. So we continue to serve and to seek out students through their career with us. And now in high school, we have opportunities that continue to expand and benefit our students, from hundreds of honors courses, from the academics to the arts and to the world languages. And we continue to offer experiences at college level as well, and to develop their talents. So if we think about our advanced placement courses at IB and Cambridge, we have those across our schools. Charters and in our traditional public schools. We also have an incredible dual enrollment program where our students, while they're in high school, can also enroll in their local community college. In fact, last year, 56% of our graduating seniors participated in college-level coursework. Furthermore, we have incredible cooperative innovative high schools, or as lots of people know them, as our early colleges. And we're going to hear from a couple of those students in a little bit as well today in today's press conference. These schools offer an opportunity for students to be fully immersed in the college experience, whether they be at a community college or at one of our four-year universities and colleges across our state. So many incredible options for our students to continue to expand their interests, their passions, and elevate their thinking in high school. And then one of our newest programs that we are so incredibly proud of here in North Carolina is North Carolina College Connect. You may have heard about this, but it is available for our North Carolina public schools, where seniors who are eligible get to be directly admitted to over 30 North Carolina public and private colleges and all of our community colleges across the state. In fact, last year, over 62% of our seniors got a letter in the mail saying, click here and claim your spot to be directly admitted to North Carolina colleges and universities. All of these programs, including our first in the nation for our governor's school program as well, where we bring arts and academics together in high school. All of these programs are here for our North Carolina public schools, whether we're able to capture a child in kindergarten or later on. Our advanced learning opportunities are clear here in North Carolina, and we are committed to ensure that our students continue to thrive so that way they can pursue whatever post-secondary option they would like after graduation. Thank you, Superintendent Green, for letting me share how our North Carolina public schools meet advanced learning needs of our students every day here in North Carolina.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And now I'm going to turn to Trey Michael, who's our Senior Director for Career and Technical Education, otherwise known as CTE. This is certainly one of our great success stories in North Carolina's public schools. Our CTE concentrators, those who take a series of CTE courses, graduate at a 98% rate. Students can earn from more than 160 industry recognized credentials while still in high schools. Those are credentials that lead directly to careers. And so now I'll turn it over to Mr. Michael.
Well, thank you, Superintendent Green. I am Trey Michael, and I'm proud to serve as the Senior Director for CTE. Students in North Carolina public schools have so many choices to help them build their future and I would like to talk about career and technical education in North Carolina. North Carolina has the second largest CTE program in the country relative to student participation, and it's offered in every middle and high school across the state. We look forward to sharing more data on CTE next week in the state board meeting and the subsequent press conference. I like to think of CTE as the best place to apply academics. We focus on engaging and motivating students through active participation in their own learning and skill development. Our courses, career and technical student organizations, and work-based learning experiences help students develop durable skills, things such as communication, teamwork, time management, critical thinking, and adaptability. We know these skills are paramount to our students being prepared for and successful in the workforce. CTE courses help students appreciate and learn how fast business in the world changes and how quickly they must adapt. We are all aware of the rapid advancements in AI, advanced manufacturing, biomedical, and clean energy. CTE students in North Carolina are learning about that in our classrooms today. Statewide, there are over 7,000 teachers providing instruction in agriculture, construction, design, management, education, healthcare, computer science, advanced manufacturing, and many more pathways designed to help all children achieve their goal to find success one day in one of our amazing businesses. Across the nation, over 8.6 million students are in a CTE classroom each day. And remarkably, North Carolina accounts for over 550,000 of those students. It's important to provide a brief overview of CTE funding, which is twofold. Currently, North Carolina receives $49 million in federal Perkins funds. The North Carolina General Assembly provides over $600 million to support classroom teacher positions, programs, and credentials. I would like to personally extend my heartfelt thanks to our legislators for their commitment to CTE success in North Carolina. CTE students can earn industry credentials, certifications, and licenses. Students in our public schools today are working to earn credentials or certificates such as Adobe Certified Professional, Autodesk, the North Carolina Early Childhood Credential, Pharmacy Technician, EMT, QuickBooks, CompTIA, Automotive Service Excellence, Electrical Trades. The list goes on and on. Students may also earn post-secondary college credit while in a CTE course. With many college and career promise pathway options and the statewide CTE articulation agreement, students can get a head start on a post-secondary degree. CTE has a world of opportunities for all students. I appreciate the time to share a little bit about our program today.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Mr. Michael. So you've heard from a few of our program leaders here at the Department of Public Instruction. Now I want you to hear from a few folks this work is really about, and that's our families. Let's start first with welcoming Giovanna Lewis, who is a parent of Durham Public Schools, who will share why her family chose public schools. Ms. Lewis?
Thank you, Superintendent Green. I am Giovanna Lewis, a mother of 3 wonderful sons. We chose North Carolina Public Schools because we wanted our 3 sons educated in a place that reflects our community and where they will be given the best chance to meet their full potential. Through supportive teachers who got to know them, they found their voices. With our partnerships with their schools, they developed the confidence to imagine a bigger future. I had a lot of choices over their academic lives. We looked at private schools, charter schools, and even considered homeschooling. But when we looked at our values and the experience we wanted our children to have, public schools offered that. In Durham Public Schools in K-12, every student received advanced learning nurturing through their programming. We had public Montessori themed choices. We considered IB programs, dual language, and arts and humanities. And there was a year-round option as well. We ended up choosing for our kids the Magnet Montessori School, and then we went to our neighborhood public school. It was there that when they entered school every morning, their school practice was called Capturing Kids' Hearts. And every morning we walked into that school The administrators and the teachers, they lined the hallways and they smiled, they gave high fives, they gave hugs, and they truly welcomed and embraced every child. It was important that our children felt a sense of belonging and that their education mattered. And in our schools, every child receives a free breakfast. That was also important to us. Our middle school options included year-round, IB, project-based, CTE, and athletic and band choices. For our kids, we chose year-round for our kids. And the hardest part for them was that they went back to school the third week in July while other kids were still on summer break. But for us as parents prioritizing their education, they picked right back up on their academics. They did not have a lot of academic loss by having that year-round option. And finally, we chose early college for our two older sons. One is about to graduate, and he will have college credits when he begins college next year. The best thing about early college experience was having a low counselor to student ratio. That allowed them to get individual attention they needed, the course selections that fit their desire and their with their interests, and that they were taking college classes that helped them to become college and career ready. We have chosen public schools for more than 13 years because it is the right fit for us. And when there are challenges, we have the tools to work with the schools to course correct. No school system is perfect, but we have to have people in leadership who are willing to listen and create policy that will impact the changes for all children to be successful. We would choose public schools all over again because the choices within public schools, the ability to change challenging areas, and the opportunities it has allowed our children. Thank you, Superintendent Green, for your leadership and this opportunity to share about me and my family's experience and why we chose public schools.
Thank you so much, Ms. Lewis, for sharing a bit about your family and the choices that y'all made for your children. Now, I'm proud to introduce two students, Aniston Lassiter, who is a student at Hertford County Early College High School, and Victoria Higdon, who's at Tri-County Early College High School. They will share their experiences in finding their fit in North Carolina public schools. Why don't we start first with Aniston?
Hi, my name is Aniston Lassiter, and I'm currently a senior and a member of the State Superintendent Advisory Council ran by Mr. Mo Green. And I chose North Carolina Public Schools because I was given the opportunity to take not only honors classes as a freshman, but also college classes. I attend Hertford County Early College High School, where I will graduate in May with a high school diploma, a business certificate, and an associate's in science and arts. When I say I take college classes as a freshman, I'm not just referring to online courses. I take real in-person classes with experienced professors. Through the experiences, I've learned the difference between high school and college, including how professors lecture versus how teachers teach, what is expected of you as a student, and the responsibility you must take on yourself rather than always relying on teachers. I chose North Carolina public schools, and I've been college ready since my freshman year. I had to learn time management earlier than many students my age, which has prepared me so that when I enter college full-time, I can focus on becoming career ready while others may still be adjusting. It may sound like a lot to take on as a freshman, but that leads me into the best part. My school and district offer countless social events, volunteering opportunities, and clubs that I've been involved in since the very beginning. It's not only an opportunity to grow your resume and take on leadership roles, but it's also a chance to be active in your community alongside other students who are doing the same, or even older students who can support, guide, and share the ins and the outs that they've already experienced. I found my fit by getting involved. I participated in sports, SGA, and served as Beta Club president and took advantage of countless opportunities that made school so much more exciting. It truly made a difference in my education to know I wasn't going to be stuck in a classroom every day, and that by staying on top of my work, I could participate in clubs and activities that I was truly passionate about. All the things that I've spoken about that have contributed to building my future in countless ways. I aspire to be an orthodontist, which requires extensive education and training. Not only does earning 2 associate's degrees and a business certificate allow me to shave off years of school and reduce costs, since my district graciously pays for our college classes, but it's also important to stand out and be involved in our activities. My school has taught me that being well-rounded is essential. One of the biggest ways I've stayed motivated is because of the staff. They truly feel like family and are probably the reason I don't have senioritis right now. They not only take the individuals to share the initiative to share opportunities with us and different ways to gain, but also take the time to get to know us as individuals and not just report cards. They go above and beyond to support all of us and adapt to our different learning styles and needs. I built close relationships with many staff, and I couldn't be more appreciative of North Carolina Public Schools and what they've provided and the person they've shaped me into. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing, Ms. Lassiter. And so now we'll ask Victoria to share.
Hello, my name is Victoria Higdon. I go to Tri-County Early College in Murphy, North Carolina, in Cherokee County. And I chose North Carolina schools because they were the only school system that was available in my rural community. And I originally from my K through 8th grade, I went to a school that had around 150 students, K through 12. And so, despite the small numbers, we still had a very sound education. And after my 8th grade year, I chose to join Tri-County Early College. And through early colleges, I've had a plethora of opportunities given to me, such as I am a member of the Superintendent Student Advisory Council, and I get to represent the western part of North Carolina. And from that, I have also had opportunities from the Advisory Council. And as well, the AIG programs, they have amazing faculty and staff that support those students in my old school and in my early college. And we have a lot of opportunities for field trips, internships, and everything through the AIG program, as well as my early college. And through the early college, when building my future, from freshman year, just like Aniston, I took college classes, and all my high school classes are honors. And since the day one from freshman year, you are a college student and you are treated as a college student. And I found independence through that. And I find that I am a lot more outgoing, and I put myself out there, and I found amazing opportunities because I was encouraged to put myself out there. And programs such as College Connect has really made it easier, because I will graduate this May, have made it easier for me to be calm about going to college, because that was a really big thing that I was scared of. But thankfully, the NC College Connect is there in case I do not get into my school that I found out about this Friday. So I will attend a school that I applied to through the NC College Connect. And I'm very thankful that I chose NC Public Schools, because I don't think I could have been the person I was today and had the opportunities I've been given. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Ms. Higdon. So you've heard from a few leaders who help design and support these various programs in schools. You've heard from a parent who's navigated these different choices, and from students who are living them. The message I would submit to you is very clear. North Carolina Public Schools offer more pathways to success than ever before. At this point, we'll take questions from the media, and I'll turn it over to our communications support, Ms. Holly, if
Yep.
you'll lead us through that.
Awesome. If you'll just use the hand raising feature if you have a question, and we will be happy to call on you. All right, I guess y'all did a really good job on your presentation. Oh wait, we have one. Here we go. Kern from the News and Observer. Go ahead, Kern.
This is for Superintendent Green or anyone who wants to respond. Considering that charter schools, private schools, and homeschools are all gaining enrollment while traditional public schools are losing enrollment, why do you think they're losing the battle on school choice, and how can they reverse that situation?
Yeah, so certainly anytime that you offer up more opportunities, there are going to be families who will choose different opportunities. And so, where you existed in an environment here in North Carolina where almost all families were only able to choose traditional public schools, district public schools, you've got to pull from somewhere. And so, obviously, then district public schools would be the place to pull from and have other choices increase in enrollment. What we are finding, though, is that, and the reason that we wanted to be sure that we did something like this and other opportunities as well, is to be sure that families know more about the opportunities in our public schools, certainly to include our charters, but also to include our district public schools as well. We will turn this around to the place where I do believe that we'll have more and more families continue to choose our public schools, certainly to include our charters, but also our district public schools as well. Certainly, you heard mention of funding. It's certainly a critical part of being sure that we have wonderful opportunities to offer to families, and certainly a recognition that the General Assembly has a critical part to play in that. And you heard the great results that our educators and students are achieving, even with, I would submit to you, more limited funding. So what can we do if we have more and more funding? I believe we will even do even better as well. So that's why you see the decrease over time, is because most of our families could only choose public schools. But even now, as we are offering more opportunities, I think you will begin to see our families understanding that there are a wealth of wonderful opportunities, both in our traditional public schools, in our district public schools, if you will, and our charter schools.
All right. And then Kim Grizzard from the Daily Reflector out in Greenville asks in the chat, can you speak about the feasibility of increasing open enrollment options in public schools, including anticipated challenges? Are there districts you can point to that are ahead of the curve on implementing this?
Yeah, so, and just so I understand, by open enrollment, meaning that a family can choose any school within, for example, their own district as an opportunity. And so there are certain districts that offer some version of that, if you will. I'm not fully aware of any district that offers a complete open enrollment opportunity, but many districts offer some version of that. And by that, I want to suggest that, for example, there are districts that will have a number of what I will call option schools. And those option schools then would be available to any family to choose, as long as the student meets whatever eligibility requirements. For example, you have to be in high school to go to certain option high schools for high schools, as an example. There are certainly then in our public school ecosystem, our charter schools. And as you heard Ms. Logue speak to earlier, you can choose to go to any of those charter schools as well. And that's certainly subject to limitations on enrollment caps or things of that nature. You can certainly choose any of those schools as well. So I do believe that while there's always room and opportunity to continue to expand opportunities, our schools and districts and charters across the state, I think, already do a wonderful job of offering many, many opportunities for our families.
All right. And anyone else have a question before we wrap up? All right, I'll turn it back to you, Superintendent Green.
Excellent. Very good. And maybe as we wrap up, there was a question. The last question also asked for who's sort of leading the way. I could lift up so many districts that are doing so. Certainly, I was superintendent of Guilford County Schools for 7 years and know about the amazing opportunities that existed there as one example of how families were able to choose lots of different choose from among lots of different choices, right? You heard from our parent today, who in Durham talked about the myriad of opportunities and choices that her family could choose from as well. Not every community is going to have all of those same sorts of opportunities. But I also think about the fact that our families can, in conjunction with maybe going to whatever school they may go to, also be able to take courses online through our virtual public school, as an example. May be able to do other sort of coursework through their early college opportunity as well. So I certainly think that there are a myriad of ways and myriad of examples of districts and charters who are making their opportunities available to families across our state. As we wrap up, I thought it might be good to give our panelists a chance to share one final thought. We'll make it brief given time, but if I'll ask the following question of each of you. If you were talking to a parent at a back to school night, what would you want them to know? And I'll start with you first, Ms. Lowe.
All right, great. I would just remind parents that now is the time to explore options. This is the kind of the busy season for getting enrolled in charter schools. So please look into the schools in your community, lift up the stories. If you are a current charter school attendee or leader, lift up the stories in your own schools, and you might be surprised the diversity of options available to you or in your own community.
Excellent. Thank you. Ms. Shaw Coltrane.
Yes, well, what I would want to say and what I'll say to our families and others listening is North Carolina has a strong commitment to advanced learning and gifted education. We actively work to see your student at potential versus at risk and meet their needs from kindergarten to graduation. Whether we're able to tap your child's outstanding potential in kindergarten, later in fourth or middle or high school, whether your child is a talented musician, writer, scientist, an actor, whatever it may be, our goal is to develop and respond to your child's outstanding potential. North Carolina's public schools have programs tailored to inspiring their passions and elevating their knowledge, kindergarten to graduation. So come and join us.
Excellent. Thank you. Mr. Michael.
So what's one thing a parent should know about CTE? That's a great question. If I had that opportunity, I think I'd like to emphasize the career part of career and technical education. Central to the CTE mission is to help all children achieve their career goals. With over 70 career pathways, CTE can help any student set a strong foundation for future success, develop knowledge and skills in an occupational area, and get hands-on experiences through work-based learning. So whether your student plans to further their education in one of our excellent community colleges or four-year universities, go straight into work, or pursue careers in the military, CTE can be the first step in a pathway toward that success. Ultimately, whether your child plans to end up in the shop, in the field, the emergency room, or the boardroom, CTE is a great place for them to start.
Excellent. Ms. Lewis, what would you share with a fellow parent?
I would say that every school system has its pros and cons, but what you should know is that North Carolina families have more public school choices than ever. Between magnets, charters, early colleges, CTE pathways, virtual options, and neighborhood schools, find your fit. And when it feels like it might not be a great fit, feel empowered to work with the school principal and teachers to get what you need to support your child in their academic success.
Excellent. Thank you. And now to my students from my Students Advisory Council, and I'll start with Ms. Lassiter first.
I think that Aniston had to hop off to go to class, so we can go to
Okay.
Victoria.
Very good. And so then we'll end up with Ms. Higdon.
There are so many different types of schools and programs available to students because of North Carolina public schools. And in my experience, so many of the faculty and staff are so extremely supportive of the student, no matter what a student might choose to do following high school. So I think that's something a parent should know about North Carolina Public Schools.
Excellent. Very good. Thanks to everyone who participated in this press conference this afternoon. As I wrap up, I again want to thank all of the parents who are currently choosing our public schools. We have well over 80% of parents that have school-age children who are choosing our public schools. And so I certainly want to thank you. Certainly want to thank the educators for all the incredible work they do to make the opportunities so wonderful for our students. And so with that, I'll turn it back to you, Mark DeSauer, our Chief Communications Officer, to close us out and share information about follow-up interviews.
Wonderful. Thank you, Superintendent Green. Thank you to the students. Thank you to the parent, Ms. Lewis, and thank you to the North Carolina DPI experts, Sneha, Trey, Ashley, and there are so many more that are here representing our virtual public schools, our athletics, arts, all of these things you'll be able to see lifted up throughout the next 6 weeks or 5 weeks, because we're in the midst of it right now. So follow us on social media, pay attention. We're going to be having school visits that are out there as long as the weather cooperates, and lifting up your stories and opportunities from across the state. This is really something that is personal to me, to my experience, as well as to many others that are out there. Being able to see your child find the right program in the right school in your community and have the ability to work with the school to make sure the fit helps them build their future. We've heard from many folks here. Thank you all. As Holly noted in there, if you want to coordinate a one-on-one interview with anybody who spoke today, the email is down there, communications@dpi.nc.gov. For all of you that attended here, really appreciate your attention and excitement. Let's keep this going for the next 5 weeks. Follow us, share the content as we talk about Find Your Fit, Build Your Future initiative. This is something we're going to be highlighting every year, and this is really about the incredible choices within North Carolina Public Schools. Thank you all, and appreciate you for being here today. Take care. Thanks again.